Good morning, everybody. It's Kevin. Today is Tuesday, the 9th of May, 2021, and this is your morning meditation, a message. So I feel like at the end of that little announcement, there should be some kind of little fanfare or music or little video that plays, but we'll get there. For right now, let's just keep things light and simple and easy, and I'm going to turn on the let's see, window options. I'm going to turn on the comments to see if anyone's on here. Yep, there we go. Anyway, so what did you do on your Monday? How was your Monday? Here in the Mid-Atlantic states, it was glorious. Weather was beautiful. Grateful. I took my car for a service. And then spent some time in the afternoon at the salon for a little bit. Wonderful, good chat, good visit. Yeah, all that. Nothing really crazy happening. Did I get any messages? I'm trying to think if I got any downloaded messages. No, not really. I get them often though. Sometimes when it's important to pay attention to something, it'll pop in. I'll hear it on the radio through music. What I am noticing is with the lively sound of birds, and as this year warms up, wakes up, gets going, people are a little brighter, a little more coming out of the doldrums of winter and crawling out from underneath this year that it's been. Still there's this push and pull of opinions, which I think is going to go on always. I was trying to think back into history. When in our history have we not had some sort of conflict? It's been going on since I've been alive, and probably before that. So don't know what to make of all that. Here is our daily message. I pulled 2 cards today. Here's the first one. Now, Synchronicity is a card that came up early along with another one. I was pulling 2 at a time in the very beginning when I first opened this deck. And I still pull 2 cards. One I take as a personal card that I use as a platform, and I'll share that in a minute. It's also personal for what is a message for me that I need to know. And then there's this one that I want to share for the day, for everybody for the day. And this one is the card that I use as a platform to pull in whatever energies, whatever angels, spirit guides want to come through and lead the meditation. Sometimes the meditation is just that. It's purely to visit with the soul and to get quiet and to just listen for what listening is. I think that happened yesterday. And then other times I can feel that an energy wants to come and talk and chatter and share. And I'm open to it for sure. So let's get on to this particular message. As you can see, it's a yin-yang symbol. Balance, synchronicity, as above, so below, as within, so without. And I learned a word this morning when thinking about this particular card. The prayer that goes with it is, thank you, angels. I trust your well-timed guidance and signs. And what I learned was there are no coincidences. There's God incidences. Whatever God represents for you. I know that some religious constructs have us fearing him, fearing it, fearing the energy. And that's unfortunate, in so much that in some languages, the energy, which is God, for me, is in everything. In some languages, it means something else. the same word, same principle, the spirit that's within every single thing that's created. Some languages it's called something else, not God. Then God creates the symbolisms that we worship, symbolisms that we use, many symbolisms used in altars and other practices to bring a sense of focus to what we are wanting to know more about, learn from, be inspired by, and eventually be empowered to follow. What's incredible to me is that each one of us are born when we're supposed to be born, at a time that we're supposed to be born in, and yet we're typically the last to know. And I'm chuckling because I find it amusing that since we were little, the first part of life is all about the physical understanding of what the physical body's about and how we make it work. And I'm in awe that I can spend times with babies and toddlers, as I have lately, and know that they are their own people. They want what they want when they want it, and there's no such thing as it's the wrong time. As you know, young ones under 3, maybe 4, they get up when they want to get up. They go to bed when they want to go to bed. They sleep when they want to sleep. It's nap time all the time. And that's perfectly okay. And then we become a little older and we have to construct ourselves with the timing of man and the timing of society and the timing of schools and the timing of the seasons, and that's all very convenient. We begin to live these convenient lives. Convenient for who? Convenient for what? And now I find it lovely that we are entering into a new age that is about individuality, individual thoughts and beliefs, and the struggle becomes still that many want the other many masses to believe a certain way and want a certain thing, and there's things that are wrong and there's things that are right. So this card, trusting well-timed guidance and listening to the signs that come, require, I believe, everyone to go into learning mode and to listen for the signs that are coming along. For that, we have to somewhat deconstruct or let go of this fixed belief that we're meant to follow something or someone. Surely, if that's the sign that you believe with the fibers of your body, the fibers of your energy, to follow, that's your sign. But really, truly meditating, getting quiet, turning off the distractions, non-reaction. Samadhi is the name I think of in Sanskrit, which means to do no harm. Just to be mindful of all that. So synchronicity in itself is timing's perfect. People come into our lives when they're meant to. Things come into our lives when they're meant to. We can certainly put it out there. This is what we'd like to experience, and then let it go. Letting it go means you get the energy to line up perfectly when it's meant to, with the people it's meant to be with. You run too fast, you're going to fall over. You do things too quickly, it comes apart. So exercising synchronicity. So for today, using that word synchronicity, see where in your life already and where in your life during this day things have lined up perfectly when they were meant to, with the people that you were meant to be lined up with. And just pay attention to that. If you can think of a time where you didn't think something was going to happen and it did, and it happened at the perfect time, at the perfect place, which is always, then you just give thanks and you acknowledge it. You just are grateful that it happened. You're grateful that in the end you got there. All right, now let's see. Now the card I got, which actually is this one, learning, study and learning. And you can see that this young lady is perched on, or angel is seated with books, and then above her head there's a some kind of formula. Don't quite know what that means, but anyway, we are always, and should be always, learning something. How that shows up for those that are not in a constructed school or course of study is when we're facing challenges that we're not really sure how to navigate. For example, if you're looking for a new career path, as I wasn't really actively looking. I shared with you that, part of my business came from teaching yoga, and the yoga studio rightfully closed because of the pandemic, because it was not safe, because the health department said, listen, we can't be doing this. So I then used the time that I had to become a student and to learn all about online broadcasting, all about this, the equipment, the camera equipment. I took several little courses in how to set it all up, microphones, all that kind of thing, lighting. So it worked out perfectly. I had the perfect time to do all of that. But somewhere in there, I knew a decision had to be made that would take the course on another angle. So these are the opportunities that we have when you get one situation that comes to an end before another situation's happened. There's that window of opportunity. You can call it destiny, you can call it kismet, you can call it whatever you want. There's that slice of time between one opportunity winding down, another opportunity not even coming. It can be, excuse me, mysterious. Oh, I've got some tea, my throat is dry. It can be mysterious, it can be frightening, it can be worrisome, because obviously what we do to make a living, to support our lifestyle, is important. The bills keep going, the money has to keep coming, and what do? We're stuck, as a lot of people have been in the last 12 months. For me personally, I thought, I want to go on a different path. I want to generate something else. Show me what that is. And I just stuck it out there. I chose not to obsess about the lack and the limitations. It did come up. I'm not going to say I'm not fearful, but I put the fears to bed by basically acknowledging the fact that this is making me a bit worried. Not some friends I've shared it with, but not everybody. But to myself, in my prayers, in my sending it up, listen, take this on, because it's a little bit tough for me to deal with. And sometimes the answers that come back, more often than not, are not the answers that I either expected, and then the rare occasion, they're not the answers I wanted. But needless to say, what I now know, what I have learned, when I paid attention and I just said, okay, I'll just do this, it worked out. It did prove itself to be something that I would not have thought of otherwise. A book, a person, a message, a podcast, a TV show, all of those things will come along. And then in that instant, I'm reminded, well, I was just thinking about that, and here it is. All that to say, the more I was grateful for those opportunities, the more opportunities came up. So for me to say, thank you, angels, for allowing me to see that every day is a learning day, including those challenges. What I would now say when I'm facing a difficult situation or an awkward situation is three parts to it. There is the situation that actually happened that I know for sure that was odd. Then there's the fallout. How do I feel about the odd, the awkward, the challenging, the disappointing, the uncomfortable? how do I feel? And that is not how does the other person feel, how do I feel? And then the last piece, the most important piece, what did this teach me? What lesson have I learned? Why is that so important? Because if there is no learning situation, if there's no what did it teach me, what did I get from it, what did I learn, it continues because the lesson isn't learned. The nugget didn't come. The, oh, yes, I'm to do this. So I find, or I have found, when there's been a declaration of what I want to have happen, a visualization, an expectation, you line the feelings up, we've talked about that, the attraction, oftentimes the opposite pops in. And sometimes I think, well, is this just here to make me see if I'm really paying attention or what? No, it's synchronicity. We've got the life that we've been living just going like this. It's just like habitual. And then there's this stop of what we want, and it sort of bumps in and bumps in and bumps in and bumps in. We have to let the synchronicity, all that other stuff wind down, then learn. That creates sort of like a new energy, if you will. It creates a new vibrational pull, and then we can move forward. A bit like traffic. Light's green, but you've got too many cars to go through it before it turns again. You still got to get to where you're going, but you've got to wait. It's not your turn yet. Synchronicity. What can you learn from the perfect timing and that it's perfect all day, every day? All right, it is time to do our weekly lesson, or our weekly message from this Melody Beatty. This is the other thing that I find lovely about doing this. These cards are random. They're from different decks, different message every day. And yet, oddly enough, this book lines up with it. And I don't quite know how that happens. So we're looking at the 9th of March. Here go with synchronicity. See if it... There you go. I don't know why I'm showing you. I guess to prove to you I'm on the right page. The title of this one is Let Your Visions Guide You. Visions are different from dreams. A vision is a picture that comes from the soul, comes out through the heart. A vision is a small glimpse of light that shines and shows us our path. It is a quick flash of something that hasn't happened yet. It may tell us something about today or 10 years from now. Visions occur when our souls look at the map of our lives, get a sense of where we're going, and tell our hearts how to find that place. The more conscious and clear and direct we are, the more we can tune into and help create the highest visions of our lives. What do you want? What would feel right? What do you see yourself doing? Be clear and concise, then let it go. Sometimes when we run out of dreams, we have to rely on our visions. These small glimpses of light to lead the way. Learn to see the visions in your heart. Learn to trust them. Learn to help create them. Allow them to manifest themselves when the path is dark. Learn to be comfortable with these small bursts of light. Let your visions guide you home. So look at that. Learn from your visions. Learn what they teach you. Learn how they've shown up for you. The soul gives you these glimpses. Okay, it's time to meditate. Wow. As we do, start comfortably, feet flat on the floor. The point of that is to bring your consciousness to where you are physically, the way that the room temperature feels on your body. And then you can use your feet as a way to anchor yourself to the nurturing of Mother Earth. And if you want, you can say to yourself as you press your feet down, "Thank you, Mother Earth, for always supporting me, loving me, and giving me solid ground to start my day." That's always a lovely honor to the planet. And then continue with your vision up through your body. Start with the inside of you, the skeleton, and just take a scan. Breathe into where the areas of your body are tight, stiff, and feel free to move. If you want to open your arms up and out, open your chest up. You know, we live in crumple land when we sleep. So all of those parts of our muscles and tissues and ligaments and bones all need to be lined up again. So physically you are where you are. Now add on the breath. Big breath in. Let all that crumpleness go. And then find your breath. Your natural rhythmic breath is not forced. It's a little deeper than unconscious breath. It's not with lots of effort. It's just with a soft and subtle rhythm. Your inhales are cleansing, they're nurturing, they're new. Your exhales are cleaning, clearing, and releasing. Move your consciousness to your third eye center, that area between your forehead. Allow the thoughts that are flushing and rushing through your mind, rushing. Let them settle, let them go. And then bring your attention to the crown of your head, the very top of your head. The crown chakra is slightly above it. Open the energy centers that consciously connects you to source energy. We'll begin with the prayer of protection. You can repeat it after me or say it to yourself in your mind. The angels hear it. They understand it. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for coming to my aid. It's good to see you and I appreciate your help. Thank you for cutting the ties that bind me to people, places, situations, stories, and any other unnecessary drama I no longer want or need. Then thank you so much for cutting those ties now. I declare that I'm safe, I'm free, the burdens of the world and the woes of my heart have now been lifted from me. And so it is, and so shall it be. Place your hands over your heart. You can right hand to your heart if you want, left hand to your belly, or both hands on your heart. And repeat after me an affirmation. I am the keeper of my mind and my body. Wherever love is present, fear is a stranger, and love is here within me. I am light. And think of something that is bringing you happiness, bringing you joy, bringing you gratitude. What are you grateful for? And then imagine this beautiful golden light coming towards you from above your head, from way beyond the clouds, way beyond the planets, just for you. You can see it as a mist, you can see it as liquid gold coming down into your heart. The love that you see, the way that you see it coming to you, creating a field, a ball, a bubble of light and protection around you. The way you see it is the vision that's just for you. And keep this feeling of lightness and joy, gratitude, harmony, peace. Let that feeling spread outward. And finally, we'll just invite spirit guides and angels in with this prayer. Thank you, angels, spirit guides, my guardian angels, and all higher energies of the Christed light in the universe. Thank you for reminding us that you're here and showing us your presence. Thank you for revealing to me what I need to know. I'm willing to listen, I'm willing to receive, and I'm willing to share. So it is, and so shall it be. Let yourself be open and peaceful to other colours, especially if they're little spheres of energy. Let them come towards you without concern for how many or how big. Know that the more you practice this exercise, the more you open up your spiritual connection to the energy of the other worlds, the clearer, stronger, more familiar this connection will be. Focus your mind and your attention on the rhythm of your breath. The noise it makes on the inside of your body. This is a noise you hear right before sleep. The action of this breath, the sound of this breath, the rushing in and the rushing out, summons forward the energies of the spiritual side, the vibrational side, just keep breathing. Pay attention to what you're seeing through your third eye center. With a ringing in your ear, slight ping, if you will. That action is turning the volume down on your physical ears and turning the understanding up on your clairaudience skills. In the pause and the silence of breath, you will hear the message that's just for you. The art and the mastery of meditation is meant to be quiet and peaceful. The messages from your soul are meant to be clear and pure, undistracted by noise, undistracted by unuseful matters of the mind. By consciously placing your mind and emotion in the feeling of gratitude and happiness, joy, you are vibrating at that level and you are attracting that level of energy. Your global message for today from your higher ones regarding this synchronicity or God-chronicity is for you to think of, concentrate on, and be with the feeling of abundance if that's what you seek to have, of knowledge if that's what you seek, of love if that's what you're looking for. For that what you're asking for must be created on a vibrational level thinking about something or a time in your life where you have been abundant, and recalling that abundant feeling, giving thanks you had that opportunity for that abundance, This will indeed attract more abundance because you are vibrating with that abundance. If you wish to attract a certain love in your life, romantic love, think of a time when you had that, or bring to mind a person, situation that you'd like to feel that with, and feel it. Vibrate to it now. With visualization of what you want to create, from the memories of having created it before, you are reminding yourself and your higher purpose that you recognize the laws and the powers of synchronicity and how they have already happened and transpired for you. We spend our physical lives wishing we could recreate the past, the good parts of the past. We can. By doing this meditation, by remembering the times that you had what you're seeking, and the message that goes with it, I wish I had. The other disbelief is wanting to go back. You can anytime recall it. The great source energy placed vast amounts of memory storage in that brain for you to do just that. Recall, return, remember, reawaken. Recall it, feel it, and be grateful for it. Then let that go and know that it will be returned to you. You have access to more power, more abilities in your physical body. By repeating the meditations on a regular basis, you're recreating these energy centers, the circuits, toward your higher being and strengthening your connection to it. Know that at first, it's about creating the physical act of meditation, the habit, the sitting down, the being quiet, to create new habits. You must surrender the old habits. Release and reclaim happens simultaneously. Every exhale releases, every inhale attracts. Bring your attention to your physical environment. Bring your hands to prayer at heart center. Honor every brand new experience, every new learning opportunity, even if it was an awkward lesson. Just honor yourself. Just that simple thank you is enough. Lift your thumb knuckles to your third eye center, and together let's honor the world as we bow and say namaste. Thank you. I appreciate you. I love you. This is lovely for me to do this in the mornings. I was sharing with somebody yesterday, I never know if an energy is going to come, and I just trusted it, started trusting that the messages that are coming are just flowing. First, when I started this walk back in August, some of the earlier ones are a bit bumpy, not bumpy, just awkward, because I was awkward. I wasn't comfortable doing this. A week or so ago, one of my spirit guides wanted to come talk, and I didn't openly say there's a spirit that wants to come and share. And I was asking in my head the messages, are you sure? Is this what I should be doing? And I kept getting, it'll be all right, it'll be fine. This is what you need to do. This is what you said you wanted to do. And ever since it's been, oh, okay, let's do this. And the point I'm making by sharing that with you is we still have to live and exist in a physical world. Yes. We still have to do what we do all the time. Yes. But as we open and grow and lift and expand our vibrational energy to let in the power that we really have access to, the letting go and letting the universe just tell us where we go next, what we do, physically that can be pretty tough. But once you start to lean more into it, there's this feeling of awakening, this feeling of, oh, yeah. And so the piece I got with what was shared this morning was, when we're looking for, whether it's a new job or a new situation or something to happen, we've got to recall when it happened before. And that's where the synchronicity comes in. We've got to recall how we felt when that happened and then acknowledge, oh, that already did happen, so I know it's possible. So when we say we want to go back to things as normal, well, this is the normal. What we're in right now is the normal. Going back, you get to do it. Go back to your memory bank, reconnect with that energy, and then pull more of it into now. And by doing it, by recalling it, by acknowledging it, by knowing it's already happened, because you've already done it, more of it's going to happen. I don't want to sound like a broken record or confuse you, but there you go. Listen, have a fantastic Tuesday. Do something, learn something. Know that synchronicity is happening all the time for your highest good and the highest good of everybody. Bye.